Peat is an important ecosystem property and helps the whole ecosystem function as a whole. Where is peat found? Peat is found in freshwater swamps and bogs, in many different climates and on every continent. These freshwater swamps form around lakes or streams, and bogs are formed when lakes or streams fill with plant debris. Just to name a few places one can find peat in North Carolina, Florida, and even Alaska, as well as Ireland. Peat can also be found in places called peatlands. What ecosystem services are provided by peat? Ecosystem services are important to the well-being of humans. Peat provides flood protection, water purification, reservoirs for biodiversity, and resources for humans. Flood control is an ecosystem service in which the peatlands and wet grasslands alongside riverside basins can act like sponges, absorbing rainfall and controlling its flow into streams and rivers. This would be called a regulating service. Peat is also helpful in water purification, as swamps act like a filter for water, and peat mitigates the nitrogen and heavy metals. By doing this, peat leaves the water fresh and clean and helps the swamp to filter it. This is a provisioning service. Peat also holds many unicellular organisms like algae, bacteria, amoeba, phytoplankton, and slime molds. These help biodiversity in swamps and ecosystems. They also provide a habitat for organisms to live on. This is a supporting service. Peat provides resources for humans, such as medicines, and allows for the opportunity for researchers to examine unicellular life, like bacteria. This is a cultural service. Peat also provides other resources to humans, like fossil fuels. This would be called a provisioning service. Why are these ecosystem services important to human well-being, you might ask? Well, these ecosystem services are important to human well-being for a number of reasons. First off, flood control helps control floods and prevents waterlogging of crops. It also provides water storage and lowers flood heights and therefore reduces erosion. Secondly, water purification is important to us because we need clean water to drink, and peat is taking up pollutants in the water and filtering it, therefore giving us free clean water, which is essential for life. It is also giving us a reservoir for biodiversity by allowing bacteria, algae, and many more organisms to use it as a habitat. It also provides a surface on which animals can live and thrive. Lastly, it is giving us resources. For example, it is providing us with knowledge on bacteria and allowing us to create new medications that may help people in the future. It also provides fossil fuels, which humans need for just about everything nowadays. What is being done to peat? Well, it is being taken in large numbers from bogs and swamps to create fossil fuels, and it is disappearing when swamps and bogs are being filled or drained. We also lose them when habitat loss occurs from things like logging. What can be done to help maintain the sustainability of the ecosystem services peat provides? We can maintain laws that recognize values of swamps and wetlands. By doing this, we provide the community with more information on how the ecosystem product is helping the ecosystem, which helps the earth and in turn helps humans. We can restrict the use of bogs and swamps. By doing this, we can protect bogs and swamps from being drained and filled, and keep them from becoming agricultural land as well. We can protect the remaining bogs and wetlands. This means we need to be mindful of what we are doing. For example, being better about recycling and taking care of the environment can positively impact the bogs and wetlands as a whole. We can recreate swamps in areas where they have been destroyed. This will allow for the organisms who once thrived there to come back and make the ecosystem run smoothly, and it will give us back the services the product once produced before being eradicated. All in all, we just need to be thankful for the ecosystem product Peat and understand the services it provides us with and what we can do to help it perform those tasks and continue functioning as it should.